welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach.
And I'm Tanya Coletti.
And today we're going to be talking about really just an introduction to our beautiful area, kind of reintroducing you to Vero Beach and Sebastian, and we're going to be doing sort of a wide view of all the things that this wonderful area has to offer.
Yeah, we are going to dive into Indian River County. From the sky to the sea and everything in between, there's something for you.
Right on, stay tuned. Indian River County is basically on the East Coast, and it's in between the north and the south, right dead center. That's about right where we are. And the great thing about it is we don't have as much humidity and heat, even though it's still hot and humid here, as down south, but we're also not as cold as it gets in the wintertime up in the northern parts of Florida, like Jacksonville and St. Augustine. We're right on the freeze line, which is like the ideal location because we get as close to 4 seasons as you possibly can get in Florida. Like right now, it's just so nice outside. It's a little bit breezy, but we're in the latter part of October and it's just so nice. It's not as humid, you can go outside and not sweat. This is just a perfect time of year, and it'll get a little bit chillier. You know, we'll have some 40-degree, 50-degree nights during the winter time. That's about as cold as it gets, about as extreme as it gets. As far as the history, Tanya's got a lot of information on that. One thing, you're probably gonna notice some names like Paul Krogel. Gottlieb Krogel was really one of the founders of this area up in Sebastian. We've even got, like, the family is still around. There's a Krogel's Produce in Sebastian. Pretty cool.
That's one of my favorite fruit markets, but we'll talk about that later. Krogel actually helped found our very first island wildlife sanctuaries here in Sebastian. First wildlife sanctuary in the US.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's history for you.
Let's talk beaches.
All right.
We have the best ones. I mean, surfing, fishing, skimboarding, diving, swimming, shelling, just chilling out.
You know, it's different on this beach than it is on the west coast of Florida. It's different than this, you know, southern part of Florida.
The west coast has that squeaky sand.
West coast, yeah, it's really fine sand. Here, we don't have the really fine sand. And some days the water is just absolutely clear, or this really nice turquoise blue.
It looks like you're in the Bahamas.
It looks like you're, yeah, exactly. I was just getting ready to say that. You can go shelling, picking up shells. Like you said, just relax.
I mean, there's so much to do here.
Yeah.
There really is. Just bring a book, a chair, some sunscreen. Definitely don't forget the sunscreen. And go check it out for yourself. Get out there. This is why you're here.
So whatever it is you like to do, whether it's fishing, boating, paddle boarding, jet skiing.
Oh, kite surfing.
Kite surfing. There's so much to do and so many waterways to enjoy. Really, if you didn't do anything else outside, you'd still have plenty to do on the waterways here in Vero Beach and Sebastian.
So maybe it's a little too windy for you to be at the beach, or maybe you're just trying to stay out of the sun. There's tons of museums. We've got the art museum here with lots of great revolving art. I think right now they have the largest collection of M.C. Escher exhibits. We just saw that last week. Very cool. We've got the Treasure Museum. This is why we're called the Treasure Coast, because of the Spanish wreck. So I'm going to save some juicy details for yourself to go figure out at Mel Fisher's Treasure Museum in Sebastian.
Yeah.
We've got the Mookie Botanical Gardens, one of my favorite places. It's I don't know how many acres large, but tropical gardens, absolutely gorgeous, and they change things up every year.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
On those nicer days, or days that aren't so hot or rainy, you could go check out the nation's oldest Pelican Island Preserve, which we had mentioned earlier. Go check that out. It's beautiful. You just walk down the pathway, and you actually end up out on a little boardwalk or a pier, and you can look over the Indian River. There's so many great things to see, birds and flora and fauna. It's just a beautiful place to go, and we're the only place that has it.
Okay, well, we got the traditional stuff, some bowling, some movies, laser tag, you know, roller skating if you want to break it back in the day.
Got a roller skating rink.
That's fun. I don't think it's changed since I was a kid. Tons of breweries.
We didn't really have too many breweries, you know, 5 years ago, but as microbrews have become more and more popular and people have been demanding it more, we've got some really good ones, some award-winning breweries here. One in particular is Walking Tree Brewery.
Yeah, Walking Tree, Paradolia, Mash Monkeys, Orchid Island. Fort Pierce has their own set. There's lots to do. And drink.
All right, so if you're concerned about travel, how long is it going to take you? Because what most people think is that the nearest airports are going to be Orlando or West Palm. In fact, I just thought that, and my wife corrected me. Of course, I've flown out of this airport, the Melbourne Airport, which is only about a half an hour north of Sebastian, about 45 minutes north of Vero Beach.
It's a great little airport.
It is, and you can actually fly to Germany from Melbourne, which is awesome.
I checked the prices. I mean, you know, that changes, but right now they're pretty good.
Yeah. We also have an airport here in Vero Beach, and we're starting to get more and more chartered flights come in. And the other one we got right here in Vero Beach, we have the Vero Beach Airport. There's an airline currently that flies out of it called Breeze Airways, and they do go
Appropriately named.
to a lot of places in the United States. I just saw that on their itinerary they have Los Angeles, which is really cool. So you can fly to LA, you can fly to New York, you can fly to Ohio. There's a bunch of other states
You
that
can land
fly
your
to.
private plane.
You can land your private plane. And if you have one, go ahead and call us because we want to ride.